Hi friends, this is Tracy from the Sewing Channel. Welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. Today's tutorial is all about these ribbon star quilt blocks. Oh so pretty and oh so easy. If you've been with me for a while on the Sewing Channel, no, you're not seeing double. This is a republish from one of my absolutely favorite quilt blocks. Enough talking already. Let's get busy. For today's Ribbon Friendship Star Block, you are going to need a printed fabric and a low volume white fabric. You'll need 4 pieces of printed colored fabric at 4.5 inches squared, and you'll also need the white or low volume fabric to be 4.5 inches squared as well. I really do like the batik or a variegated fabric or even tie-dyed for this ribbon because it just gives it movement, so to speak, so it doesn't look just like it's sitting there. You will also need, for the center of your friendship star, a piece of white fabric, the same as whatever you're using in the rest of your star. The center square piece of fabric needs to measure 4 inches squared. Now take the 8 squares and match them up and place them right sides together. With right sides together, you're going to take your ruler and place it corner to corner and take a pencil or whatever writing utensil you have and just mark a line from corner to corner. Now you notice I'm doing it on the white side because that's the easiest to see my pencil on. Making that line will really help us when we get to the sewing machine so that we sew the same exact 1/4 inch seam allowance every single time. This is how I make sure that my seam allowance is consistent. You see the edge of my presser foot right there. I align my ruler right where my needle is, right at the edge there. I want my needle to be a 1/4 inch away from the edge of my presser foot because that's how I gauge my 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I adjust the width, and when I do that, it pushes it farther to the right, and now when I measure between the needle and the edge of my presser foot, I have exactly a 1/4 inch. You should have 4 sets of squares. Go ahead and pop a couple pins into each square. Next, we're going to take these over to the sewing machine, and the edge of our presser foot is going to line up with that pencil mark, and then our needle will be going right in exactly at a 1/4 inch. Check out my new glass head marbleized pins from Clover. They are so stinking cute. I'll link them down in the description box just below this video. I'm curious, let me know down in the comments, do you pin all the time or are you a non-pinner? Well, honestly, I hate to pin things, but as I get further and further into my quilting journey, I do tend to start pinning everything because the slightest twitch or switch and everything is all messed up. Once everything is all sewn at a 1/4 inch on each side of that pencil mark, go ahead and just give everything a real quick press. There's no doubt in every single video I do, I get asked about this hook. All it is a clear see-through command hook. Yep, and it works beautifully. Line your ruler right along that pencil mark that you made and just make a slice from corner to corner on all 4 blocks. Now it's time to open up our pretty little squares and give them a good hot press. Now here I am pressing them to the dark side. Now I have a big question for you. Do you use steam in your quilting or no steam? That seems to be a really big question lately. I have been experimenting with steam and no steam lately, and I'm just not quite sure yet what I like better. I think I just like the sound of the steam coming out of the iron, to be honest with you. It feels like it's doing something. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. I really would like to know. Also, you see me using the clapper here, the wood clapper, and I definitely, hands down recommend that on all quilting projects. They flatten seams like no other. Now it's time to trim all 8 of our squares down to a 4-inch square. And we should already have that white piece that's 4 inches squared already cut out and waiting for us. But first, we need to trim. It's really good to use a square ruler that has a diagonal line right down the center in the ruler. We need to take that diagonal line right there that's on our ruler and match it up on the diagonal line that's on our block where the two seams meet together. We're going to trim this down to 4 inches squared, so we are going to take a scant bit off of each side. Once everything is trimmed down to 4 inches squared, it's time to put it all together and see what it's going to look like by laying it out on our table just how we want to see it on our quilt block. Looking good. Now it's time to sew the top row together, the second row together, and then the third row, and then we'll connect all 3 together. And yes, go ahead and use your pins. As a side note, I did press all seams open. And I did not use steam today. That's just a little FYI. Tracy here from the far out future, back here checking in to let you know that I no longer use my cordless iron anymore like you see in today's tutorial. I totally use my Laura Star, which I'm in love with. It's a steam iron, and there is no need for a clapper either, if you can believe it. Here you go. We have our beautiful ribbon star block, or ribbon friendship star block, however you want to spin it. Untrimmed, this block measures a little over 11 inches squared on all sides. I encourage you to go look at your stash right now and look for fabric that may have some different movements to it. You can do so much with this block, trust me. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care.